So as you can tell from the thumbnail and title of this video, I went to SpaceX in Hawthorne, California for a tour. All thanks to my mom's cousin, well, my cousin too, but my mom's cousin, Joseph. Joseph, if you're watching this, I want to say thank you, and that was literally like the best day of my life, as you will see by this video. So thank you, Joseph, I love you, and hope you enjoy the video. So let me get right into it. So this was all set up thanks to Joseph, like I said, and so me and my mom both got passes to take a tour of SpaceX in Hawthorne, California, where they make all the rockets. If you didn't know by now, I'm a pretty big space nerd. In fact, I have this SpaceX hat, also thanks to Joseph. Boom, SpaceX hat. A couple months ago, I bought this NASA blanket. I guess you could say I like space. I love watching space like live streams, like SpaceX live streams, the NASA one. I mean, I get up at like 3 or 4 in the morning when they have launches from Vandenberg Air Force Base just to see the rocket like flying over at 20,000 miles per hour. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's great. It's fantastic. So being able to take a tour of SpaceX is huge. Not a lot of people get to take tours. Tours aren't really like a common thing, you know. You basically have to know somebody to get a tour of SpaceX. Basically, how it worked out was my mom's cousin is best friends with a guy that works at SpaceX. I don't want to say his name because I don't know if that's against like company rules, or maybe he's just not cool with it. But for the sake of the video, we'll just call him Joseph's best friend. So they've been best friends since they were like 13 years old, like for a very, very long time. So basically he asked him if I could get a tour of SpaceX, and he said, yep, let me just organize it. So obviously I wasn't able to take pictures inside of the factory, but I was able to take pictures outside and videos and stuff. So I'll put the videos and pictures that I was able to take right there so you can kind of get an idea of what it was like from the outside. By the way, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me there because that's where I posted all of that. But anyway, so we go there, we get checked in with security, we get our badges, and then we head inside. And once you get inside, literally it's just rocket stuff everywhere. And by the way, if you Google pictures of the SpaceX factory, I'm sure you could find pictures of whatever I'm talking about, like mission control, probably not the individual stations, but definitely mission control at least. So we go in, I see mission control, which is crazy because I've always seen it in live streams and never saw it in person, and it was just really cool to see that in person. So we're walking by, and it's just, I mean, it's a massive warehouse. It's like 150,000 square feet. That's like the main building. And most of it's open. It's like all very open. It's very spacious. It's very open. There are some parts that are closed off, but even those are glass. I mean, you can see right through. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think those have to be closed off for maybe contamination reasons. I think maybe it has to be sanitary. I'm not sure. One department is where they build the fairings, and my guess is it has to be, you know, sterile and all that good stuff. So we're walking, and literally there's just the bottom portion of a Falcon 9 just sitting there with 9 Merlin engines on it, and actually more because they were still building some. I mean, I was like right there with the Merlin engines, and what I was told is if they had to, they could build a rocket per week, which is insane because some hypercars and supercars take like 6 months to build. So to build a rocket per week, if they had to, is insane. I mean, that's, if the demand was there, they could do it. So you keep walking, and you can see like Dragon capsules and like Dragon Crew capsules. There was just a half of a fairing that's just sitting there. It's like 40 feet long. The thing's massive. I mean, what was really cool is there was a burnt rocket, so it came back. It was the kind of middle top part of it where it has the logo and the American flag. It was all crispy, and it's crazy to think that like that went to space, it came back, and they're gonna refurbish it to fly again. That is just nuts. One thing that surprised me the most was how thin the walls of the rocket actually are. They have these big circular pieces of metal that are being prepped to become a rocket, and I kid you not, like honestly the metal is probably thinner than this mouse pad. Maybe the same width as a mouse pad, but it's thin. Like, I thought the walls would be like that thick, but it's actually really, really thin. Another thing that surprised me was how young everybody was. Everybody's engineers there, and like everybody is probably, honestly, walking around, everybody was like a little bit older than me. I'm 20 years old. They were probably like 24, 25, 27, 28, you know. It's crazy to think that they're just a little bit older than me, and they're all building rockets. One thing that I was told that is that what's really cool about working there is obviously no one's ever done this before. Like, no one's built rockets. There's no like how to. Everybody's just kind of learning as they go. And that's kind of how it works there. It's just, if you don't know something, it's not a bad thing. It's just you figure it out together. And I think that's a really cool work environment. Another really cool thing was each station. So like there was like the engine station, like the Merlin engine station. Then there was like the fairing station. Then there's like the welding station. I mean, there was like stations everywhere. Everybody's doing a different thing manufacturing these rockets. What was really cool is every station had their own music playing. And not just like a little speaker, like they were blasting music. It was really cool because the engine guys had their playlist going, the welding guys were having their playlist going. Everybody had their own like music going, and it was just really interesting. It was just really cool. I was not expecting that at all. But more importantly, other than the stuff that was there, and although that was really cool to see, but more than that, the biggest lesson that I got from being there is really just seeing the scale of everything. Not just the rockets, because I know the rockets are like 15 stories high, but the factory, the amount of people working there. SpaceX has only been around for like 16 years. SpaceX started when I was 4 years old. And to see in that short amount of time where it's gotten, that's probably the most inspiring thing. I know it's cliche, but you could really do anything you want. I mean, yes, Elon Musk started that company with a lot of money and a lot of connections, but no matter what, he did it. And just seeing everything was just so inspiring. It's definitely something you have to see in person and to feel in person. It's kind of hard to explain, but I guess the way it started was Elon Musk had 2 engineer friends that worked at NASA, and they would just fly model rockets in like the desert, just, you know, tiny little model rockets. And then Elon Musk asked, hey, do you think we could build one of these in real life? They said yes. So he hired them on, and they started SpaceX. So I guess if anything, the trip really just taught me that you could literally do anything. And like I said, I know that's cliche, but like I think a lot of people get discouraged, and a lot of people give up on their dreams, and they give up on their goals, and they give up on what they really want in life because they go the safer route. I mean, SpaceX and Tesla both almost failed at the same time. I mean, it wasn't easy. And I think a lot of people, I think most people probably can't handle that, but I think people just give up. I think people give up too easily. I mean, yes, it's extremely hard to build a company like SpaceX or Tesla or any of the big companies, and not everybody wants to build a company like that. But if you have the dream to, I think you should go for it because you're already ahead of the game. There's a lot of people that have great ideas that are inventions or company ideas, but there's also a lot of people that don't make it actually happen. And making it happen is the hard part. If you have an idea and you have a goal, something that you want to create, like a multi-million/billion-dollar company, and you start taking the steps to get there, you're already ahead of 99% of people. Because most people won't even take the steps, they'll just think of it, and then they'll have it there forever, and it'll die, and nothing will happen. But what I respect about Elon is that, yes, he had these ideas, but he also invested his own money and his own time, and he still does. Even though he's worth like $20 billion, he's still there every day putting in the work for it, and it paid off for him. And I guess that's the biggest lesson that I learned. So yeah, that's my SpaceX tour story. That's what I saw, that's what I learned from it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So Joseph, if you're still watching, I want to say thank you again. I love you, and honestly, that was like the best day of my life. I mean, even just thinking about it brings a smile to my face. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like. Also, if you like space-related videos, let me know. I would love to make them. I love space. So if you would like that, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button and click that little bell next to it so you get notified anytime I come out with a new video. So yeah, thank you all for watching again, and until the next video, take a chance.